Last time on the Incorrigible party. Reconvening at Toggles and Sprockets, the party discovers that the magical items they acquired from the Trinity game have had their magical item identification numbers scrubbed off. Opal's mother, Ruby, insists that she take them to the Arcanist's Academia to have a min reapplied. Before this can occur, however, Constable Happy Lilton recruits the party, asking them to aid in his search for Lonnie, the Ike Peral impersonator nearly killed during the Founders' Day parade. So Opal, you enter the tireless hedge maze with a kind of this flood of childhood memories, right? Perhaps those memories are slightly tainted, though, by the last time the whole party was here in the maze. Mostly as reported in the middling machination, the four of you had a run-in with some sort of cult planting severed heads into the earth of the maze, most assuredly in league with the infamous Late Night Lopper, still at large within Stormcape. Could you make me, you can choose either an Arcana or a Survival check, please. And you do have advantage on this.
Ha! A 7 and a 3. So 13.
Due to your, extensive knowledge and time spent here, the DC is quite low. But so tempered by lunar lamps, the hedge maze, was planted more than 7 centuries ago from untreated wood from the Tireless Glade, which of course dominates much of the immediate region south of the city. A forest that has fairly storied history with the city itself, if one were to look into it. So as you navigate, though, to your hiding spot that you and Maeve had carved out years ago, you pretty easily pick up the clues of past growth, right? Patches of soil that aren't quite as hard-packed as other sections are, fingers tracing the ends of thinner branches and smaller leaves of new growth on the walls of the maze. And being midday, the maze is, as usual, full of tourists. So idle chatter and the stomping of others exploring the pathways kind of fill the air. And you quickly get away from these others, though, as you go deeper into the maze. Their noises fade away, replaced by only your own steps and the soft creak and groan of the vegetation slowly growing and stretching. If you were to stare at one spot long enough, you can actually see the growth of the hedges before it hits areas of light cast by these diffused lunar lamps mounted on lantern poles 20 feet up to the top of the hedge maze's walls. They serve as like a source of soft light throughout the maze. Obviously, you have the natural light because it is midday, but once that sun would set and you're in here kind of after dark, these lamps would pretty well light up the maze. But they do tend to cast kind of eerie shadows as you're turning left and right, then left again. And of course, Opal, that these lamps, they are lit in random patterns. They turn off and on in different locations. So there are like potentially long stretches of the maze that are just completely gloomed in shadow. But this is predominantly how the maze shifts and changes over time. Kind of opposite to the way like a natural tree or branch will stretch and grow and bend towards available sunlight. The growth of the hedge seek out any area not shedding this lunar light from these devices, as of course the lunar lamps are what was devised, again, long time ago to keep the Tireless Glade in check and prevent it from overgrowing the city. So the copious amount of time that you spent here as a child has taught you, though, that there's order in this randomness. You've learned to kind of pick up the patterns of these changing lights and lamps, allowing you to fairly accurately predict even future growth and to pick up, of course, the telltale signs of past shifting. So you finally find your hiding spot in one of the many dead ends of the maze. Your childhood friend Maeve had acquired one of the maze's lunar lamps, and you, even at a young age, your burgeoning artificer ingenuity was quite prominent. So you and Maeve were you've kind of rigged up your own lamp, taken it out of that random sequencing, which preserves this little alcove within the hedge itself. So preventing it and keeping it safe from this ever-changing growth and losing this area that you once was very important to you as a child. I do imagine, though, that you haven't been here in quite some time, I bet. Like, would you have last been here with Maeve?
Yeah, so maybe like 15 years ago or more. She went off to school and, I don't know, it's not as fun to go by yourself.
So you pull back a section of the hedge to reveal the alcove's opening, and you find a ruffled up bedroll and discarded ration wrappings inside. Clear evidence of somebody having stayed here very recently.
Is the bed warm?
The bed does not feel warm to the touch.
Okay. Can I learn anything? Like, what kind of snack was it, and what kind of bedroll does it look like? Any clues?
Well, it's just like you standard the travel ration packaging that you would carry with you, right? Nothing extravagant. And same with the bedroll. The bedroll itself looks kind of threadbare and very well used and worn.
No, like, hairs or feathers or fur lying around this bed?
Why don't you give me an investigation?
Nat 20. 26.
You do see some hairs. They look like, hair, like from a humanoid, like head hair. Perhaps strands are quite long, and you only find a scattering of them, really. But also around in the dirt, right? It's kind of hard packed here, as again, this is a place that doesn't have any of the shifting, so the dirt would be quite firmly packed compared to other areas, and definitely clear set of boot prints.
I'm assuming because of the shifting, I can't, like, follow them very far.
Now that you've picked them up, you can try. You can absolutely try. So why don't you give me a survival check then?
16?
So you've bent down and you're examining these prints, and as you're turning up to leave, the hedge kind of in front of you darkens, like as this shadow kind of looms over you, cast from the opening at the dead end before it quickly, the figure or thing casting it slinks away. The sound of heavy footfalls impact the dirt as they begin to recede as this casting figure moves away from you.
I can't move very fast, but I will start running and say, hey, slow down! Hello?
All right, and also, with your survival, you see the tracks that lead out of the dead end, right, and into the maze. Now, while this shadowy figure has turned kind of right out of this dead end, the tracks you see do lead off to the left, which was the direction that you had came from the opening of the hedge maze, from how you would get out, right? But taking your quick right in pursuit, as you call out, right, the footsteps stop, and then you quickly turn and you bump into this burly, huge figure, and you look up into the face of a graying minotaur. He's clad in green overalls. Thick, large horns kind of jut out from the top of his head. He's holding a large pair of gardening clippers, and the blades of it glow with a kind of a similar white light that the lunar lamps emit. And its handles look thicker than they need to be, but clearly, to your keen eye, they're that size and that kind of overbuilt to house adapted lunar lamps incorporated into the tool. And you may be startled at first, but you do know this Minotaur very well. This is Manny. He was always kind to you and Maeve as kids. And you know that he's been a groundskeeper here for, like you say, you haven't been here in 15 years. And he's been groundskeeping since you and Maeve have been exploring this. So he's been on the job for quite some time. And he always seemed to be happy to have the kids, you two running around. And he gives a bit of a start himself and a bit of a snort as you kind of collide. And then he recognizes you. Oh, hello there, Opal.
Oh, Manny! No way! It's been too long.
It's been some time.
I was just checking on the old hideout. I see, you've kept it safe.
Well, I tend to keep it groomed for you. He kind of gives you like a pat on the shoulder. He's clearly happy to see you.
Oh, it's been too long. Okay, well, glad it's you. I don't know if you can see it, but, my little gnomey eyes have seen some, footprints leading in and out, and, there's a bedroll in our little dead end. Have you seen anyone in there lately?
Oh, no, I haven't seen anyone around here. This far into the maze, not many people make it here. They get lost really easily, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty complicated pattern, but also, like, easy, you know what I mean?
Well, I've been working here for decades, and I still get lost.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. That's what I said, yeah. Okay, so you don't really know anything about that. That's fine. Aw, good to see ya. How's the family?
Oh, well, the wife left some time ago, many years. Children don't speak to me all that much anymore. It's a bit of a sore spot, actually.
Aw. Do you need a hug?
Yes.
Come here, big guy. Does he, like, bend over to hug me?
Like, yeah, he's like bent right over. He's like 7 feet tall, and he's like, he'll get like down on one knee and accept your comfort.
There. I can come back and visit more.
Well, I would like that quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's in the works. You want to keep an eye on my hidey hole, and if you see anyone coming in and out, just kind of check in here every now and then. Like I said, someone's kind of been in there.
I'll keep it safe for you.
Awesome. Alright, I have some new friends, maybe you can meet my friends and have some new friends too next time. I'm just know the maze so quick, it's just an in and out thing for me right now, but we'll have to catch up.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the hug, Opal. It was wonderful seeing you.
Yeah, you too. The maze looks great, by the way.
Well, it's all I have left.
Oh my gosh. Please, Manny, you gotta think positive. Life is what you make it.
Well, much like my life in the maze, I seem to be a bit lost.
There's lots of kids that love you at Toggles and Sprockets.
I'll have to come for a visit.
Oh, my parents would love it. Okay, I'm kind of in a hurry. Gotta go.
So long, Opal. Don't be a stranger.
I won't. And I run back to the hideout hole.
And Manny turns and continues. You can hear his hedge clipper as he starts clipping, and a bit of a clip.
So sad. Oh my gosh.
Poor Manny.
Yeah, so I didn't want to tell him about the stuff and implicate him if he were to be questioned or anything. So
Smart.
I'm gonna take the satchel of stuff. I don't like that someone's potentially been in and out of here. Is there anywhere to tuck it that, wouldn't be obvious to that person? Or are they just gonna see it? Potentially grab it?
Well, you could maybe take a bit more time here and try to fashion up an alcove within the alcove, I suppose.
Hideout inception.
Or do you want to disable the lunar lamp that you've retrofitted here so many years ago, or?
Let me call Kylia. Kylia!
Opal?
Yeah, this is gonna take a little bit longer than I thought.
Why?
Someone's been sleeping in my hideout, so I gotta do a really good job. Yeah! I gotta do a really good job of hiding it.
How'd they find it?
I don't know. Anyway, it's gonna be a while. If you want to go to the Arcanist Academia without me, don't wait up.
Oh, okay, we'll let the others know.
It just makes sense. You shouldn't just sit there. We got daylight burning.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, Opal says that someone found her hidey hole somehow. She doesn't know how, but she's going to take longer to try and hide everything, so we should go on without her.
She okay?
We assume. She would have said so otherwise, right?
I guess I assume. When she was talking to you over the stone, do your eyes glaze over like you're talking on a phone? so we know you're thinking to somebody.
You go catatonic briefly. Hey,
I'm speaking in my mind.
So we're supposed to go check out the Arcanist Academia on our own. She wants to stay here, huh?
Yeah, is she gonna meet us there, or?
Yeah. She said she'll meet us there.
All right, let's go.
So Opal remains to secure the loot bag, and the rest of you exit this large park area that's at the entrance to the hedge maze. And when I say large, the kind of square footage is 4,800 by 1,200, right? A kind of area. So it is a massive amount of forest and greenery at this, southwestern end of the city, which really is the only large patch of greenery within the city walls. But you exit onto Lowell Roadway South, turning on to Planar Avenue, which is a minor road that leads into a semblance of large buildings. the majority of which they serve as kind of campus grounds for the Arcanist College, as well as the Collegiate Library, dormitories for kind of like foreign students, like kids from other parts of the world that are enrolled in this college, as well as the guild hall for the Arcanist Assembly itself. And of course, the largest tourist attraction in Stormcape is the Planar Tower. And this tower, you can see it from the little garden area. You can in fact see this tower anywhere you are in the city. Hundreds of feet tall in this kind of large open section surrounded by the rest of these buildings that I had mentioned. Now here is a kind of another largish patch of green space, clearly kept very well manicured, very much like the park you just left. There's many people bustling about. Most of them seem like they're young adults. Of course, the assortment of race is the same assortment that you would find throughout the city itself. Many of them seem to be in a rush, probably between classes or whatever business they may be having here. And these buildings, they're all constructed of smooth, polished stone. Ornate alabaster columns flank the grand double-doored entrance to the Arcanist Guild Hall. Now, so these buildings are arranged in like this kind of semicircle with the planar tower in the center of them, right? The Guild Hall would be the leftmost building at the left side of this semicircle. So it's one of the first buildings in which you would actually go to when you arrived in this kind of collection around the college. As you enter, your footsteps kind of echo off this glass mosaic floor of a 30 by 30 foot lobby. A hallway continues deeper into the building, clearly ahead of you, as well as a flight of stairs leading to floors above you, kind of to your left. To your right, you see this like 10 by 10 area blocked off. There's these floating, about 3.5 feet in the air, these floating immovable metal rods. They've outlined this area. So they're, for a standard humanoid, they'd be about waist height. So kind of right up to Rumpke's head, probably, right? There is a 5-foot opening within this square. So there is a way to get into it, but there's a sign posted up right hanging off of one of these rods that says exit only. In addition to this, you consult another larger sign. It's clearly a directory listing a number of different room numbers on the floors of the building. Floor 1, it looks like, according to the directory, offices to do with the college. Like you have the collegiate admissions, floor 1, room A, faculty advisement in room B, foreign student enrollment in room C. Floor 2 is listed as departments of magic. There is the Department of Agricultural Management, floor 2, room A, Department of Magical Visibility, floor 2, room B, Department of Transdimensional Tourism, floor 2, room C, and Department of Acquisitions and Requisitions, floor 2, room D. The final floor listed here is floor 3. It simply says guild members only.
So do we want 2D?
Let's see here. We got
Acquisitions and requisitions?
Yeah, it could be. That's probably good. They might have something. They might have somebody that can help us.
Well, we don't want plants. We are visible, so that's not an issue. And we're not tourists.
Could each of you give me an intelligence roll, please? So just a standard intelligence check.
Rolled a 1.
Oh dear.
4.
Halcrock's got a 14.
Got a 5.
Okay, so
Can we use a help action?
Kylea going through the list is actually makes sense based on your roll because you are completely wrong. But Halcrock, you're looking at the sign and you're like listening to Kylea like speak and you're like, you believe that you should probably go to the Department of Magical Visibility. As actually, I don't think I stated last time. MIN, what MIN stands for it stands for Magical Item Identification Number.
Well, I don't know, Kylie. Something tells me that maybe we want magical visibility, like...
But we can see you.
Yeah, I'm with Kylea. I think it's the other one. D.
No, I don't think so. I think what they mean by visibility is like identifying things, sort of.
Well, we requisitioned these items.
I can't argue with you there. We also sort of acquired them, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we go to the second floor, and whichever room we come to first, that's the one we go into.
I like that plan, yeah.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. All right, floor 2A then.
So Opal's smart. We've proven that with her sort of ingenuity. And then y'all are just...
Well, yeah, Opal's going to get up there, go to the right room, and nobody's going to be in there.
Yes.
We head up the steps.
Hope you planned for this, Leland. I mean, you made all these rooms.
I know, I should not have given you as many rooms. I'm an idiot.
You should know better. Give us options and we're going to take them.
I should have known.
It's all for the story.
So the mosaic tile continues up the stairs and down this second story hallway. And the first room you come to is room A. You can kind of see looking down this hallway like they are in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, all the way down to the end of the hallway, running the length of the building. So do you want to go into room A?
We don't think that's right.
It probably isn't, but they can probably help us. Open the door. Somebody in there?
So yeah, you open this door and it does look like it opens into like an office space. There are a number of people sitting at desks, clearly working, and there does look like there is some type of like front desk, like a receptionist kind of desk. And as you open the door, this receptionist, he looks up and sees you enter, and he kind of gives you a little wave.
Hey, how you doing? You guy we see about the min numbers or something?
Oh no, that's not here. You want room B?
Room B. I look back at Hellcrook. I give him a thumbs up.
Hellcrook smiles a big tusk-filled grin.
Yeah, B. That's what Hellcrook thought. Thanks, there, buddy. Hey, you like fighting?
As much as the next person, I suppose.
Well, I'm gonna be fighting in a couple days. Come check me out. Place a bet on me. Rumpke.
All right. Roll me an insight as he like scribbles. Looks like he's scribbling your name.
He's actually writing it down.
He's writing something down.
7.
Well, he got a 2 for his deception. He's clearly not actually writing anything down. He's making it look like he's taking information down from you, but isn't recording anything.
Oof.
I sort of turn around. I look over at Hellcrook, shake my head, shut the door. Not everybody's interested, I guess. Let's go to B.
So you approach B, and actually there's actually like no door, like it's just an open doorway basically. There's no door. But that mosaic, the beautiful glass mosaic, is right at the threshold of room B, is replaced by this muted beige tile that like continues up the walls. So the whole room is like this one beige bland color. The lighting inside is dim and low. You immediately step into this cordoned off walkway. Floating immovable rods continue on either side of you in this like zigzag pattern, like a cube, basically, right? And you see there's probably about 24 people lined up in front of you. And at the end of the queue is like a section of like tellers. And there's like 5 or 6 stations, but there's only one worker there.
Oh, goodness. I hope they work quickly here. Yeah.
This is supposed to be fantasy and escapism, Leland.
Well, if you notice that the Department of Magical Visibility, you've stepped into the DMV.
Oh, snap. He didn't. Or here we call it Service Ontario.
Slow
How'd we
clap.
miss that? Really outdone yourself this time, Leland.
So the room itself is like approximately 50 by 50. Like I said, at the very back of the room, there's like 5 or 6 teller booths. Clearly the destination for somebody seeking an employee services. The people in front of you, they're like fidgeting and kind of swaying. Clearly, many of them seem to be they're growing increasingly impatient. I assume you're gonna line up.
I'll line up. I'll tap the guy in front of us. How long you been waiting?
Oh, I mean, I've been here about 20 or 30 minutes.
20 or 30 minutes.
At least I'm not last in line anymore.
How many people have been helped in that time? Like 4 or 5 or 6?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. If whoever's at the front of the line, it's taking a long time.
Can I see who's at the front of the line?
Yeah, you see like a human up there interacting with the teller. So the teller is a kind of a short, squat-looking green dragonborn. They've got this kind of drab-looking shawl wrapped around their shoulders. Half-crescent glasses rest at the tip of her nose, connected to a chain that's looped around her neck. And you can kind of see it's like she has a large book in front of her that she's kind of working with.
I wonder, maybe this might move faster if there's more people, working up at the counters there.
I wouldn't say that. When you get up there, I wouldn't give any criticism. Look, I've been here, had to come back 2 times in the past year, and it eats up a whole day.
Oh, goodness. What? Just, none of our business, really, but, whatever you need to get done here.
Oh, well, I picked up a new magic weapon. Apparently, it's of a rarity that it needs to be registered, yada, yada, yada. So, I'm just putting my name to it.
Oh, so, when you got it, it didn't have any, registration.
Oh, I mean, it's got your standard min, but it's just a matter of transferring the ownership kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
What happens if it doesn't have a min?
Oh, gee, you get caught with possession with an unregistered magical item, they fine you and you might get some jail time.
Really?
Well, I think it depends on, the rarity or how powerful it is. Like, they take this stuff very seriously. I mean, look, imagine if you were accosted by some criminal, robbed at, magic sword point, and you got cut, you got stabbed, God's forbid you got killed, and your family members are filing a report.
Yes, I see. Mm-hmm.
They're getting a registered weapon associated with the crime. If you're caught with that associated weapon, then you're most likely going to be the one that perpetrated the crime.
Oh,
Yeah. I see. It looks really busy here today. Maybe we come back another day. What do you say, fellas?
This is light in my experience.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness.
And you finally hear the teller at the booth go, "Next!" And the human up speaking to her, they go kind of stark still, and then they disappear, like blink out of sight.
Where'd they go?
Oh, I mean, they're finished. They got sent down to the exit.
Hey, I think we just give it an hour or so, right? I mean, merchants have to come into town with magic items and get them, classified or number mimmed on there. It's got to be stuff that this can't be that bad.
We're gonna go. You guys do whatever you need, but no.
I do have a date tonight for dinner, so I don't know if I can.
Oh, you got a date?
Yes.
Who you seeing, Hellcrook? I didn't know anything about this.
Well, I don't want to jinx it. Maybe I can tell you later. But yeah, if this is going to take all day, I don't know if I can commit to that.
Kylie is backing out the door.
I guess we can. I mean, and I talked to the guy in front of me again. You saying this is a light day? So is there a better time, like 2 or afternoon or something, or after lunch or something?
I try to get here as early in the morning as possible, before everybody else gets in the line.
Huh.
That's very helpful. It's very nice to have met you. I'm going.
And she'll walk out.
All right. I guess we'll see you later, maybe. Hey, if you're ever up in the den, check me out. Rupke. I'll shake his hand.
Great, I'm Cliff.
Great. If you like the fights, you can bet on me. You'll win money. Every time.
All right, I'll hold you to it.
You gotta write that down somewhere?
He's like patting him. I was like, well, I mean, you see, like he does have a sword like on his belt as well. He's kind of like, well, I mean, I don't have anything on me. You got a card or something?
No, but just remember it. I'll catch you later. What was your name again?
Cliff.
Hey, Cliff. Talk to you later.
Maybe you should look into getting some cards. Probably get good use out of them.
I mean, verbal advertisement's the best way to go, right?
Next.
People remember you when they see your face. Oh, the line's moving again. That was pretty quick.
That was pretty quick.
So, Kylie, you're gone at this point.
Yeah, I'm down the stairs.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
Out the front door and looking around to see if they're following me or not. I'll wait like 5 minutes to see if they come out. I don't want anything to do with any of this. I'm out.
Okay, you ready to go, Hellcrook? I guess we can do this anytime.
Yeah, well, the other thing... let's talk while we walk.
Okay. So where'd you meet her?
Oh, no, I don't have a date tonight, Rumkey.
Come on, I tell you everything. You're supposed to be my sounding, board here. You gotta give a little.
I'm telling you the truth. I don't have a date. There's nobody. I just...
You're giving me a line now. I know you're trying to just throw me off. You already said it. You said you had a date. You have one.
Oh, my goodness, Rumkey. Look, I'm worried that we're going to get up to that counter and they're gonna start, poking and prodding, asking questions, getting suspicious, we could get fined, we could get arrested. I can't go back to jail. I got a record.
All right. I mean, I'm cool with, like, using the stuff without getting any kind of number on it. I mean, what's it gonna hurt?
The other thing is, Opal's kind of like our inside person. At the very least, we should probably have her with us, right?
Or we could just send her here, and we'll do other stuff, and then she knows the people. She can stand in line for a while.
I don't know. I think our odds are best if Opal's with us and her family's got connections, right?
Yeah, sure. That's fine with me.
Okay, let's go find Carlia.
So as you two are exiting, you're kind of passing through that little cordoned off square in the lobby. You see somebody appear there and then exit the building.
Oh.
Do we recognize them as someone who was in line?
Roll me a perception.
That is a 6.
I also got a 6. And I have a +5 perception.
Oh, boy.
I run into him.
Yeah, you walk right under the immovable rods. You're not sure if they were in line up in the room, but the room you were just in didn't look like it had any exit. Like, you walk in and then you're in the lineup, and the lineup is like wall to wall, left to right across the room.
Do they look like someone who would be friendly or kind of grumpy? What kind of person are they looking like?
I mean, they clearly look happy to be done with whatever they were doing, because they are clearly exiting the building now. You see that they're wearing what looks like a pendant that they're kind of grabbing and like playing with as they're leaving.
I'll see if I can catch their eye or maybe kind of take a couple steps toward them and...
Hey, excuse me. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I just wondered, I'm not very familiar with this building or how things work here, but you didn't happen to come from the DMV, did you?
Yeah, I did. Finally got out of there.
Yeah, it was quite the line. So, were you there to inquire about a magic item, getting it registered, or maybe getting a min number put on it, or maybe if it's maybe it's redundant. Maybe it's just a min, right?
Yeah, it is. Don't say number. You look foolish when you say min and number after that. But yeah,
Right.
And he like picks up the pendant off of his chest and is like, yeah, I was getting this under my name. It's already got a min on it. I didn't need to get a new one.
Right. Yeah, I guess what do they do if you have something that doesn't have a min on it?
I don't know. They'd probably ask you where you found it.
Right, yeah. Any sort of, consequences for if someone had one of those, just out of curiosity?
Like I say, I've never really dealt with one, but I mean, I assume if you're here to turn it in, what are they going to do to you? They'll probably take it, put a new number on it, and that's it. I'm sure they'll charge you some type of fee to do it. They nickel and dime you for everything here.
Oh, is that right?
I mean, it's just an extra 10 gold to put my name onto this thing.
Oh,
Look, if you're coming back, tell her up there, her name's Tabitha. You want to avoid Tabitha Crom as much as you can. Come on another day. Hopefully find a day that she's not working. Slow, grumpy. She does not care if you wait.
that's good to know. Thanks for the tip.
Look, I'm happy to answer some of your questions, but I really gotta go.
Yeah, no. I have a dinner date too, actually, so I shouldn't dilly-dally.
Sure.
What? You're pulling me two different directions here, Hellcut.
Shush, Rumkey. Have a good evening. Take care.
And he'll like wave and walk off.
Look for Kylia.
I mean, you're right kind of at the exit, so if Kylie is just outside, then yeah, you can find each other again, depending on how long Kylie is waiting.
Hey, there's Kylia over there. She's out front. I guess we go back there and wait for Opal. Then we can head over there to the Virtuosos area. The Troupe de Loop, as they call it.
We told you guys. We told you they would confiscate it and potentially throw us in jail. We told you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think you're right, Carlia. It just doesn't sound like something we want to get tangled up in.
saying
No.
we're trying to follow the law, right? If you guys are really worried about getting arrested, maybe carrying around goods that are going to get us arrested is not the best idea.
The only reason they would arrest us is if they knew they were illegal, which they can't tell by just looking at it.
I mean, we're talking to constables and all kinds of people.
Only way we get in trouble is if we're already in trouble for something else.
I can understand that logic. Not like we're blowing up shit or anything.
Are you in trouble for something else, Kylie? Or you're kind of where you ran out of there pretty quick?
Not currently that anyone knows of.
Oh, okay. Well, you can always let us know. We can look out for each other.
Let's just say that it's probably not a good idea for us to draw too much attention to ourselves. Generally.
Helcock kind of taps his nose and gives a knowing nod.
I think I understand. Yeah.
Good, let's go infiltrate the acting school.
That could be fun, though. We'll get to learn all kinds of new things. Maybe. At least see some performances, maybe. Or we could just go and ask for Ike.
I don't think they know Ike. It's that Lonnie dude, right?
Yeah, that's what we meant, Lonnie. We could go ask for Lonnie.
Well, I guess we told Opal, or Opal thinks we're going to be here, right? So we should probably wait for her to show up.
We'll just message her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe check and make sure she's okay, actually. That's a good idea.
So I'll pull out the sending stone.
Opal,
Hello?
are you done yet?
So what exactly do you want? What are you trying to do here, Opal? You are just trying to make an alcove within the alcove?
Alcoveception. Correct.
What do they call those, what's the name for those little Russian dolls?
The Matryoshka dolls.
Opal, roll me a... You can roll me an Arcana. No, roll me a nature check, please.
Oh, that's good. 22.
For the party, it's probably like a 25-ish minute walk or so to the Arcanist Academia there. You know, you probably maybe spent another 20 or 30 minutes there navigating within the building and, you know, your exchange. So it's been like 3/4 of an hour or so, which most of that time, Opal, you've been able to very carefully, like, Matryoshka, what did you call the dolls? Matryoshka, this little alcove within an alcove. Are you just dumping them out of the bag, or you have them in its own little bag?
There would
right?
have to be a third alcove then. Because there's not just 2 nesting dolls, it's like at least 4.
Well, the items are in a bag. So the bag is in the alcove is in an alcove. The alcove is in a maze. There's 4 right there.
Yeah.
I just don't want some stranger getting our loot.
Sure, yeah. So by the time Kylie asked you whether or not you were finished, you are finishing up. You know, you've made this extra space to be able to secure the bag of goodies, and yeah, you think you've done a pretty good job at obfuscating this extra alcove within the alcove.
So my reply will be, yeah, I'm just finishing up. It's pretty obfuscated.
Well, the alchemists were a bust. We can't go there. That's a whole bunch of no good, so we're gonna go to the troop people. We're gonna go check out Lonnie.
Okay, I'll meet you, I'll probably be, in the park. We can meet up in the park, probably. I'll see ya.
Okay.
Because they're heading west. I'm heading, northeast-ish. So.
Yes, you can reconvene at Opal's favorite tree in which you had your little picnic, quenching your thirst for Danish. Before
Goes down smooth. You ever drink a Danish before?
I can't say that I have.
Never.
I feel like there's a joke about Denmark in there somewhere. All right.
And the party can rejoin and then head north to the Troop de Loop then. Okay, so what exactly is the party's plan in the Troop de Loop? Did you want to discuss that amongst yourselves, or someone taking the lead here?
Well, I think in order to really get into character, we should probably ad-lib it. If we were to plan too much,
Practice
it
our
would be,
improv.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose of becoming...
No, there's no no's. It's yes and.
Are we undercover, or are we just going there to find Lonnie?
Yes and.
You, sir, are channeling the spirit of the Troop de Loop Academy. You have inspiration, Bill.
Do you want me to, like, sneakily see if I see him first somewhere? Like, we could ask for a tour to see if we're interested, and then if I see him, I'll tell you or something.
So, do we walk in and we ask for Lonnie? I mean, what's the harm in that, right?
Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know. It's not like a really secretive place, right?
Lonnie did not want to be found.
Lonnie didn't want to be found by the big thing that was chopping people into pieces.
Right, well, he knows where to find me. Where the heck's he been?
He had no reason to want to find you?
Wow.
We don't mean any offense by that. I mean, obviously you're a great person. We think you're a great person, but why would Lonnie want to find you?
Opal all of a sudden starts acting like Manny. Channels her Manny. Okay, fine.
I mean, what? Let's say we walk in and we see Lonnie there. What are we going to say to him? Like, hey, Lonnie, what's up? Pretending to be any of the founders recently? I mean, what are we going to say?
We just check to make sure he still has his head.
I would like to convince him to talk to Happy and to aid in the investigation.
Yeah.
Tell us who hired him.
Yeah.
And maybe he knows why.
Yeah.
All right, let's go see if we can hire Lonnie. Just go in and ask if Lonnie's available, and then maybe he'll come right to the front desk. We can ask him the questions.
What if Lonnie's scared and he's asked everyone to, keep him hidden from people?
We know. Okay, so one of yous goes to the back door and...
Cover all the exits.
So yeah, we'll cover all the exits. Yeah. And then when we ask about him, if he runs out one of the doors, we'll see him.
And tackle him and stuff?
Yeah.
No, I don't...
No. Stop him
Tackle
somehow.
him with love and appreciation.
Yeah, I figure if he's running out the back door, he doesn't want to talk to us too much.
But we need him to. So we just need to make him see reason.
All right. I'll go out the back door, and if he comes out, I'll,
Use your fist to make him see reason.
Well, I'm not going to hurt the poor guy. He's already been through enough. I'll just, I'll chat him up.
Oh, you want to go on a date with him?
I mean, I look over at Helkirk. I mean, might be a double date there.
Crook just kind of shakes his head a little bit. Pinches his nose, exasperated.
Oh, it's Rumkey thinks I've got a date. I don't have a date.
I came to that conclusion by you keep saying you had a date.
Who are you dating, Hellcrock?
Oh my God, I'm not dating anybody.
Why not? You're a strapping youngish fellow.
Thank you for that, kindly, yeah. But I'm quite busy with my job looking after the carriage services, okay? I don't have time for romance right now.
Everybody has time for romance.
Well, maybe later. I was thinking maybe we go in there and pretend that we're interested in studying there, instead of just outright asking for this Lonnie fella in case he's trying to hide low. Maybe they lie to us and say he's not there. Or they don't know where he is, even though they might know where he is.
Maybe just one of us goes in and asks for him, and then if that doesn't work, someone else can infiltrate.
Could do that, I guess.
Who's the sneakiest?
Not me.
We are.
Okay, so I can ask. I look like a weird art person, or... Okay,
And
not
you
weird.
know him.
Yeah, it's true. I know what he looks like. I'm not weird. I didn't mean to say actors are weird. I look like an eccentric artist with my hair.
You know, that's true. You might blend right in there, actually, Opal. And I bet you'd be good at improv and acting and...
Okay, stay ready to sneak. Boys, get the doors.
You got it.
Wait, are there really only two? Did we check?
Okay, so of course this conversation is happening as you're approaching the troop loop. Located in the northeasternmost corner of the Artisanal Alley district, which is the same district that houses Toggles and Sprockets, the Troop de Loop Academy is kind of this modestly constructed building comprised of a single floor. The majority of its footprint is home to basically like it's got a stage inside of it with a couple dozen rows of seating. You arrive at the building's main entrance, which, again, other than the door, the rest of it is kind of very generically constructed, but the main entrance is a set of darkly stained double wooden doors with exquisitely carved theater masks in it. Not just the most common depiction of the stereotypical comedy and drama mask, but there's a number of other masks carved within the wood depicting a wide range of emotions. From within the academy, you can hear the muffled sounds of exasperated voices, followed by a piercing scream.
What was that?
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Maybe it's someone really, really into their role.
Yeah, they're just acting.
Yeah.
Probably there might be a good drama that is playing out on the stage right now. I've heard of those before, dramas. Never watched one though.
Okay, I'll go in.
I'll go out back.
Yeah, send Carly a message if it gets hairy in there and you need help.
Right. Yep.
But you open the big double doors, and it does immediately open into this like seating area in the stage. You're casting sunlight into this kind of dimly lit theater. There's like this haze of smoke that you are just short enough to kind of not be in as you're walking in. And you see there's a collection of people on the stage. Sitting in one of the seats in like the second row from the stage is kind of this kind of lanky, tall woman. She's dressed in mostly black. She's got a long lit cigarette in one of those like those holders, that you would put it in the end. So it's like a foot long that she has. Clearly the source of the smoke. You can see there's like crushed cigarette butts all around her seat in the little walkway down the center here. No. Awful. Get off the stage. Off now. Terrible. The scream is not convincing. And she kind of turns to you as you enter, Opal. Who?
Hi.
Who interrupts my scene?
I heard... excuse me. I heard a very convincing scream, and I was checking...
it was not convincing.
It was. I'm making sure everyone's okay. I heard the scream. I thought someone was in trouble.
You are wrong. It was terrible.
Okay.
Puh! Terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Who are you?
My name's Opal Toggle Sprocket.
What do you want?
I just want to check the place out, but also, like, the scream kind of scared me, so that...
You are here to enroll?
Not necessarily. I just kind of... Can I, like, look around first and, like watch?
If you are here, you must partake. And she's gonna, she's got a fistful of papers that she, shoves towards you, holds out.
Okay, I don't really want to, pay. Am I going to be charged for this?
Admission is simply putting on the performance.
Whew, okay. I look around. Do I see Lonnie at all?
Yeah, you look around at the faces. Many of the people on stage. So there's about 12 people on stage. You see that 4 of them are clearly in the center of it, in the middle of this scene. The rest are off to stage left, stage right, kind of watching. They look like they've just been shit on, right? So they're kind of oh boy, we have to do this again. And you don't see Lonnie in this collection of people.
Is there anyone in masks or just costumes around?
Nope, doesn't look like. I mean, they're doing what seems like some type of dry rehearsal. So they're it's not a full dress rehearsal. But this woman will yell and basically points at one of the people on stage. You, out, scream terrible. Points to you, Opal. You, in. Gives you this page, which looks like a page from a script for a play.
As I slowly walk to the stage with the paper, I kind of pull out my sending stone and maybe put the paper to my head like I'm reading or something and be like, Plan B, I'm now acting and I will ask around about Lonnie.
Got it.
As I go through the... Ooh, you like to smoke, huh?
Yes, it opens up the creativity of flow. Now, you will play the part of Viola.
Halcrock, are you with me or did you go to the back with Rumpke?
I guess it would depend on how many doors there are. If there's only 2 doors, I would probably stick with you so that more of us would know if she messaged needing help or something.
Oh, well, you have been handed this audition piece for a play called Bad Bog Bones. And this woman will begin. She's got her own copy, and she will kind of, read the narration of it. Exterior. Whipping winds howl through the gnarled and twisted growth of the bug's vegetation. Coral, Kegman, Viola, and Sanja navigate through waist-deep muck. Flickering torches struggle to throw light in the surrounding thick fog. Is there not one bit of dry land in this wretched bog?
Hush, Koro. You know our undertaking to be wholly necessary for the sake of the realm.
To have the world's fate hoisted upon thine shoulders could, at the very least, come with some kind of perk. I so wish to be done with this dreadful deed, and to return to the dry and warm comfort of home. Quiet, the lot of you. We're nearly upon its resting place. The fog parts, revealing a raised patch of dirt. 2 rotted logs lashed together in the form of a cross, and jammed into the earth serve as a grave marker. Kegman drops the bag slung over his shoulder, handing out small shovels to each of them. Quickly, the moon wanes, before we're too late. Kegman immediately begins to dig. The others begrudgingly join. Why must its grave have been dug so deep?
What once was a terror made children weep. Kept dead and gone, buried 12 feet deep.
Goro's shovel hits something hard, uncovering the lid of a coffin. Finally! Let us grab this beast's skull and be done with it. Wood creaks beneath their feet before a cracking and splintering in an explosion of light and mist, sending each of you flying into the water. A skeletal creature crawling on all fours grips the edge of the newly dug grave, launching itself at Viola, piercing her stomach with dirty bone fingers. And as you emit your scream, Opal, this hush falls on those with the scene. You see Giselle. You see this woman standing there, has yet to introduce herself, but her name is Giselle Troop. She looks speechless there for a second, and she stands up, drops her cigarette. Brava! Brava! Brava, you're in. The part of Viola is yours.
Okay? I'm really gonna die.
The play will be in a fortnight. You must read up on your lines. Now! Do it again! Oh, well, you've been roped in. What are the rest of you doing? The rest of you hear what is clearly Opal screaming from within the theater.
Like bloody murder. Kylia will look to Hellcrock and be like,
Is she acting? Do we need to go in? She said she was acting. Do we need to go in?
I don't, that was a pretty believable scream. If she's acting, she's got talent.
I message Hellcrook. Did you hear that?
Yeah. You think that was real, or was she playing a part?
I don't know. Nobody came out the back door, so why don't you guys stick your head in?
are there any other doors or windows that we can see?
The two of you are in the front, right? So it's just the double doors. Again, like the majority of the building is the theater, so that major section of the building has no windows or anything to it. But actually, I guess, looking straight on, kind of the leftmost edge of the building, does look like there are a couple windows on the end of it. They've got curtains drawn there. You can't see into them from the outside, but that's the only other type of entry that you can see on the front of the building here. And Rumkey at the back, there is of course an exit, which would serve as like the back of the stage, which of course you don't quite know where this door would lead you to, but there's only the one single door at the back of the building.
Okay, I'll walk up to it and sort of see if it's unlocked. Jiggle it a little bit.
It does open.
Okay, I'll message Hillcrook. Yeah, I'm going in there to see if anything's happening. I'll be real quiet.
I'm gonna message Opal.
Opal, are you okay, Opal?
Yeah, they roped me into acting in this stupid play.
Oh, exciting!
I can't talk. It's my lines are coming up.
Opal's okay. Hellcrock, tell Rumpke Opal's okay.
Oh, she was acting. Wow, my goodness. She might have a future in this,
She got the
Cordelia.
part.
I wonder if we'll get tickets for when it... I've never really been to something like this before.
Neither have we.
Okay, here, let me tell Rumkey. Rumkey, you there?
Telephone, literally.
That was just, she's acting, apparently. She's a natural.
Oh yeah? What's she doing? Did you see her?
Screaming, I guess.
I love it.
What do I see back? And I walk in the back door.
Yeah, so you do walk into like a backstage area. Immediately to amidst you, you're stepping into basically like prop storage here, right? You can see there's like a fake wooden like grave marker, like wooden cross on this fake mound of dirt. It looks like it's kind of more like piles of felt rather than actual like dirt. What looks like a rack of clothing, of like costumes off to your right, and you can hear like a scene playing out ahead of you somewhere on the other side of you. Looks like you have a big like curtain in front of you, right? And you can hear Opal like reading some type of line in amidst like three other voices, and that smoke haze is like made it backstage as well. The whole like upper above 5 feet is just like this cloud of smoke.
I'm gonna see if I can work my way up to like the side stage, just to sort of peek around the curtain to see who's on the stage and what's happening.
And yeah, once you do, it seems like the scene has repeated for like a third time now by the time you get in here. And this time, you can see Opal on stage with these three other people. You're kind of in behind the 8 or 9 other people that are stage left and stage right. You can see now Giselle, this kind of lanky human woman dressed in all black with this. She's picked up her cigarette and retrieved it again. Has clearly lit a new one. And they've called now someone to play the part of the creepy bone bug thing now. And you're like there just in time to see this actor getting up and lunging at Opal and like fake stabbing her with its own little bony hands. And Opal lets out that scream again.
A message, Hellcrack. Yeah, I see her. She's doing pretty good. This is a good play. It's exhilarating.
Wish I could see it.
Come on in. It looks like one of them dramas you were talking about.
You found a good spot where you can watch without getting caught, you think?
Nobody's seen me yet, but yeah, if you come in the back door, just sneak in. We can watch. Just don't let that lady that's smoking like a chimney see you. She looks like she's a real piece of work there.
Yeah, okay, I'll come right around. I don't want to miss any.
Okay, so Kelly and Hellcracker, you want to try to sneak backstage and see Opal as well?
Definitely.
All right, why don't you all give me a stealth check? So Opal, you have all now. You've done this scene 3 or 4 times now. You've been handed more pages. Now the scene is shifting. There's other people in it now as you're being. I mean, basically, you're doing like this first time look run through, and it seems like Giselle is very happy with your performance, especially above some of the other actors here on stage.
Reading the extra pages, do I survive that blow to the stomach, or is it like earlier?
Don't spoil it.
Okay, all right.
We haven't watched it yet.
Does it seem like we're ever going to take a break at some point? Like, could I mutter to one of the other actors, like, do we ever take 5 around here?
Yeah, once we get the scene perfect, then we can take a break.
I was looking for a friend.
I mean, you don't have any friends?
Sorry, no. I have friends. I was looking for my friend Lonnie. Does he been around here lately?
Oh, Lonnie, you know Lonnie. Man, he's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Look, he played Kegman before I got the part.
So he was fired, like, went home or something?
Well, I mean, he just kind of didn't show up for a couple weeks. I don't know if he got another gig or something.
So a couple weeks. All right, well before Founders Day then. I met him on Founders Day.
How's he been?
Seems fine, but seemed in a hurry, you know?
Yeah, he seemed kind of always a little scatterbrained. He had trouble learning his lines. He really struggled getting off script.
You know anyone he used to hang out with on a regular basis at all? They around here?
I mean, he was pretty good friends with Jared, and he kind of points to one of the people standing, like, stage right. Rumpke, you see, like, Opal, or this guy's motioning, like, towards where you are, Rumpke. So you're, like, kind of behind this person that is being pointed to behind Jared.
Hey, thanks, man.
You hear just Giselle, like, clap, Again.
Yes, ma'am. When I look at Jared, do I see Rumpke?
Well, why don't Rumpke, Kylea, and Hellcruck give me a stealth checks, please, as the other two members of the party have looped around the building now and come in the back door.
Troop-de-looped around the building?
Troop-de-looped around the building.
Whoa.
I rolled a 9.
Hellcruck trip-de-looped around the building. He rolled a 6.
And Hellcruck tripping caused Kylea to trip as well. I got 9, at least.
Wow, okay.
I saw him point, and I sort of leaned back behind the curtain so I didn't get seen. I fall down the steps going up to the stage.
Yeah, so Giselle has clapped sharply to start the scene again, and then the three of you stumble into the curtain, and like half of it it starts to tear as you like grab onto it to catch yourself. So you hear this like ripping sound of the section of this curtain, and the three of you stumble into this group of other people on the stage. What the hell is going on? Who the hell are you? Who are you to intrude upon my stage?
Kylea waves.
I just love the theater so much. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get a sneak peek at maybe our upcoming show.
You dare to sneak a peek before the final product is finished?
I know. I'm so sorry.
That is an insult to the theater and the arts.
Oh, goodness.
We'll go.
Yeah, I guess we should probably leave.
We didn't mean any harm.
No, you will perform.
To know oneself is to know true strength. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you there. Don't mind the meditations of my mind. For now we must bid farewell. But fear not. The journey continues at incorrigibleparty.com. There's also a new World Anvil page to explore the world of Senta and all its wonders. These enchanting melodies you've heard come from tabletopaudio.com and Sarastro Music. Please accept my invitation to join our Discord server, and we shall forge bonds as strong as a tall oak, and share tales that echo throughout the halls. Lastly, I humbly beseech you, like, rate, review, and spread the word of our adventures across the realms. Tell a friend, a comrade, or even a foe. And until we meet again, may your dice be blessed with fortune, and your cup filled with ale. Happy adventuring.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.